My kitchen. Today we're going to do chocolate covered chocolate mousse. Heavy cream in my pan here that I want to heat up rather slowly so that I don't burn it. Next thing I got to do is whisk up the eggs. This is kind of a custard, and it's chocolate custard, sort of, so to speak. I've got 4 egg yolks in here, which I am going to whisk up a little bit. I've got 2 tablespoons of sugar, which I'm going to whisk up into the eggs. And we'll add to that a pinch of salt just to bring some of the flavor up. Whisk that up good. Get it all incorporated until it just barely starts to change color on you. You don't want to do this with a hand mixer because you'll overdo it pretty quickly. There, it's just starting to change color on me a little bit. There we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. That is now up to warm, not even a scalded stage. So now what we need to do is we need to pour this into here. This is the tricky part. Pour this into here very, very slowly until you get the eggs tempered. It's a custardy looking like thing, exactly like it's supposed to be. All right, stir that up a little bit, and then we put it back into the pan. Why did I put the pan down there? Put it back into the pan. All of it. Get out of there. Bring the whole mixture back up to heat. Now, we want to bring this up to 160 degrees. What are we doing? Turn you down. We are at 160 degrees. And you can tell when you're at 160 because it starts to thicken. Look at that right there. See how that thickens up? That's why you pour it through a sieve. Okay, now we pour this through the sieve. Pour this through the sieve. We get something to spatula it out here with. Almost. You just sort of mash it through the sieve. Just like that. Technical term. Ounces, of which this is 11 and a half. So we get out our little weigher here. Little scale. Zero it up. And pour in 7 ounces by weight of bittersweet chocolate. Not semi-sweet, not unsweetened, bittersweet. There, it's exactly 7 ounces. You want this water not to touch the bottom of the double boiler at all. So make sure it doesn't. Oh, still a little less. I don't actually have a double boiler. And then we're going to melt the chocolate. Oh, I forgot. We got to put vanilla in this. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. It is kind of vanilla-y stuff, but it's awfully good. Here we go. 1 teaspoon of vanilla goes in. Well, glad I didn't forget that. That would have been really difficult, or different. Yeah, been kind of tasteless is what it would have been. All right. All right, we are boiling up a storm here. Now we turn that down to reasonably low, like medium low. And we get our little stirry thing here. And we pour in our bittersweet chocolate. All right, and melt. It's melting. Melting. Good boy. Okay, keep on going. Mother's Day. See, now this is exactly what it's supposed to look like. If you do this right, it's called tempering the chocolate. If you do this right, it comes up exactly like it's supposed to, and it stays shiny on the top for tempering. If you do this wrong, it'll get a dull, filmy look to it, and maybe break on you and turn into little sand. Okay, that is what it looks like. Okay, that is what it looks like. Take it off the heat immediately. Okay, get it off the heat, and then you pour it in with this. Slowly. Mix, 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 mix. So what you're basically making is a chocolate custard. Okay. There we go. All right, now I got mixed up. Don't beat it to death. All right, now my next step is I've got 3/4 or 1 1/4 cup of cream in my mixer here, which I am going to beat to heavy peaks, which means it'll stand up on its own. Yeah. How are we doing? It's not. Well, that's the chances you take, I guess. Come on, baby. It's getting there. Man, not been cold enough. It's very picky when it's like that. We just want to get it to peaks. Oh, okay. It's starting to do it now. Thank goodness. It's peaking. All right, now we turn it down on very, very low. And we add in our chocolate. A little bit at a time. All right, very, very low. It's barely running at all here. You want to get it all incorporated as much as possible without beating the living tar out of it. You really want to be picky about this, you fold it in. But since it's going inside the candies and I'm not going to try to make a freestanding mousse out of it, this works just fine. Okay, that is done. That is indeed done. All right, there I have it. Chocolate mousse. Oh my, that is definitely chocolate mousse. All right, now, what do I do with this? In the freezer for at least an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, overnight. No, not overnight. Put it in the refrigerator overnight, and then about an hour before you want to do this the next day, put it in the freezer and get strung really hard, as hard as you can get it, because you're going to be messing with it in your hands, and it's just going to turn into goo. So you want it to be about as firm as you can possibly get it when you start messing with it, or else you're going to end up with a big sloppy, globby mess. So that's about the end of this for right now. I got, you know, for as little as I just did, I sure got a mess. Oh well. I'll be back in a little while after that thing is cooled down and darn near frozen, and we'll do the bark chocolate, stuff these little guys, roll them up into balls, refreeze them, and then mix them up with the dip them in the bark chocolate and end up with candy, three different kinds of